So those are the conversations before the meeting that was held yesterday. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, was there. The Chief Justice, of course, Martha Koome, and the President were there. Also present are the Attorney General and the Chairperson of the Council of Governors, Anne Waiguru. And that meeting went on for more than 4 hours. Eventually, a report or a statement came from the spokesperson at the State House, that is Hussein Mohammed, saying some of the issues that are discussed, including the role of every person or every arm of government in as far as fighting corruption, and saying that the executive, legislature, and the judiciary agree to individually develop policies, guidelines, regulations, and legislative proposals to achieve the objectives of fighting corruption, improving service delivery, and enhancing institutional accountability of all arms of government to the people of Kenya. Honorable Ruku, as we wait for the pictures of those conversations, tell us what your thoughts are. Of course, the statement is out. We don't know more than what the statement is saying, but essentially, a decision to say that proposals will be presented to the National Council on Administrative Justice on how to ensure that the fight against corruption goes on. Can that be the product of such a meeting of the three arms of government?
Sam, I think it's a right step in the right direction, where these three arms of government come together and discuss issues which are affecting the running of the nation, so that there can be seamless working between the three arms of government. And it is true that there is corruption in each and every arm, whether it is executive, whether it is judiciary or legislature. And also there is incompetence in all these arms of government. And when there is incompetence, Kenyans are the ones who will be suffering. Kenyans are the ones who have not been getting value of their money. Whether this incompetence is in parliament or in judiciary. We have many cases in judiciary which have not been determined over the years, even more than 10 years. People staying in court for years. It's investigatory arm of justice administration system, which is not functioning properly, or is it because of corruption, or is it incompetence? It is important to have a discussion. And I think what the president is doing is becoming pragmatic in his way of leadership, to ensure not only the program which the government is vouching for, whether it is housing program, whether it is the universal health coverage program, but other issues which are not within the government program. We have many cases in our jail, for instance, industrial jail, where we have people who cases have been ongoing, and people came and withdrew those cases, but they are still in jail. Why? Because a magistrate somewhere has decided that even if the person who accused you came to court and decided that let's not continue with this case, if you're not going to do something through certain people, you still remain in the jail. So there are many issues which need to be discussed. And I think this is first step in the right direction.
So you think the excuse me, the solution to that would stem from a meeting of the three arms of government?
There's such need for the three arms of government to come together and evaluate themselves and ask themselves difficult questions on what is not working within.
So let's take a case of what you're saying, that there are many pending cases of people that are still in remand, waiting for determination of their cases. So a meeting of the President, the Chief Justice, and Speaker Wetangula, how does that resolve those cases?
For instance, yesterday meeting, they agreed to hire more judges. in the Court of Appeal, which is a very good product out of that meeting. Probably without that meeting, there will not be such kind of an outcome. We need more judges in our courts. Probably it's because we have few judges. That's why we have a backlog of cases. Probably it may not be the case. It may be because of incompetence. Okay, it may be because court processes are not digitized.
Right.
Probably we don't need a judge to be writing using a pen on what every lawyer is saying. So probably we need to digitize our court systems. They need to come down and, to come together and discuss some of these issues.
Why does that require the president? I mean, first, you're saying that one of the gains is the hiring of 36 judges. It was agreed upon yesterday.
Yes.
Since the passing of the Constitution, the passage of the Constitution in 2010, very many judges have been hired to the High Court, to the Court of Appeal, to the Supreme Court, creation of different arms within the High Court. Why did you hear of meetings of President Kibaki and the Chief Justice then, President Kenyatta and the Chief Justices those days to agree to hire more?
The challenges of President Kibaki and the other president which have served this nation may be totally different with the challenges which we are facing at the moment.
But the problem
and I think every leader has his own way of doing things. And President William Ruto has realized there's a problem. One, in judiciary. And not only in judiciary, there's also a problem in legislature. There's also a problem in executive. And these three arms of government must keep on checking each other. So it is good to sit together and ask difficult questions on how these three arms of government are going to serve the people of Kenya. If for instance, because this meeting was as a result of judiciary, if, for instance, the Chief Justice, who is the President of the Supreme Court, the other day they issued a very injunction, kind of, to one of the senior lawyers in the Republic of Kenya. Is it a seriously needed measure for the Chief Justice and his team to come up with such kind of...
You're talking about Senior Counsel Ahmed Nasir?
Yes. Is it really necessary? Yeah, it is within the Advocates Act. They have the powers to do that. But is it really necessary that when you are criticized by one of your clients or someone who comes for your services, then you decide you never hear this person? So there are difficult questions which we need to sit down and discuss. And I think the president decided to take the bull by its horn and let's have the discussion. And yesterday, the meeting has a very good outcome. One, to hire more judges in Court of Appeal, as well as more judges in High Court. This will go a long way in ensuring administration of justice in the Republic of Kenya is smooth.
All right.
And probably there are many other things.